In a report released this week, Goldman Sachs predicted that artificial intelligence advances could cause 300 million jobs, representing roughly 18% of the global workforce, to be automated in some way. OPAIN also recently released its own study with the University of Pennsylvania, which claimed that chatbots could affect over 80% of the jobs in the U.S. Now in next news, leading electrical goods and appliances maker Havells India on Tuesday said it has entered into a commercial agreement with Swedish tech startup Blixtech to introduce solid-state circuit breaker CB technology in the domestic market. By introducing CB, Havells is strengthening its position in the switchgear segment. It also highlights Havells' focus on innovative and future-ready solutions, said a joint statement. Now in next news, Beijing furious at U.S. efforts that cut off access to technology to make advanced computer chips. China's leaders appear to be struggling to figure out how to retaliate without hurting their own ambitions in telecoms, artificial intelligence, and other industries. Xi Jinping's government sees the chips that are used in everything from phones to kitchen appliances to fighter jets as crucial assets in its strategic rivalry with Washington and efforts to gain wealth and global influence. Chips are the center of a technology war, a Chinese scientist wrote in an official journal in February. China has its own chip foundries, that they supply only low-end processors used in autos and appliances. The U.S. government, starting under then President Donald Trump, is cutting off access to a growing array of tools to make chips for computer servers, artificial intelligence, and other advanced applications. Japan and the Netherlands have joined in limiting access to technology they say might be used to make the Ponzi, in unusually pointed language, accused Washington in March of trying to block China's development with a campaign of containment and suppression. Now in next news, some rapid news. Black Twitter and Road Matter will resonate globally on abuse of dominance. Tech giant Apple might launch affordable iPhones East 4 in 2023. Indian startups to appeal against Google's in-path billing policies. Magnetic levitation on the shop floor. The rise of data annotation as firms look to create own versions of chat. 18 of Indian startups have at least one woman founder. NASCOM report. Building FIVIG use cases needs strong public-private alliance. NASCOM study owns to drive 6 tries in auto Pratsmus revenues. Crizzles Me Tracker. Non-hosted services may boost hospitals. Messen Fit20 and Crizzles Me Tracker. Small and medium-sized enterprises in the Indian technology sector are expected to generate revenues of $35 billion by 2020. Nation Refifferty, a sarpuptic from $15 to billion and Fit20 N, according to a report by industry body NASCOM. Now in next news, the Italian Data Protection Authority banned chat last week due to concerns over the illegal collection of personal data and the lack of guardrails to prevent minors from using the chatbot. The Italian Privacy Watchdog said it had imposed a temporary but immediate restriction on chat OPAIN not to stop them from processing the data of Italian users. Further, Italy's Privacy Watchdog plans to launch an investigation into whether the chatbot breaches the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation (DPR). Next in news is Zoho CEO's Ritter Vembo, SAS Major Zoho Corporation, which established a technology hub in the rural town of Tenkasi in 2011, creating products for the international market, intends to launch additional tech hubs in the rural areas of Termnelivi and Medarud into Milnado, as well as in Uttar Pradesh. Rural development is there, but I'm moving myself in the hottest growth market and within India. The rural areas are developing faster and growth will spread across, Sridhar Vembo, co-founder and CEO, said during a press conference in Tenkasi on April 3. Now talking about artificial intelligence with some new development, whether or not calls for pausing artificial intelligence development succeed. Spoiler, they won't. Artificial intelligence is going to need regulation. Every technology in history with comparably transformational capabilities has been subject to rules of some sort. What that regulation should look like is going to be an important and complicated problem. When I and others will be writing a lot about it in the months and years to come before we even get to the content of the regulation needed. However, there's a crucial threshold question that needs to be addressed. Who should regulate artificial intelligence? If it's government, which part of government, and how if it's industry? What are the right kinds of mechanisms to balance innovation with safety? Next in news, Stell's global services business, a leading global provider of game-changing technology services, recently appointed Mittal Assis and technology and digital transformation leader as its head of automation. In his new role, Vartal will drive automation across their portfolio, starting with the India region and gradually covering other geographies. Vartal will be based out of India as the head of intelligent automation solutions at Sutherland. Bartle advocated for the use of intelligent automation to drive digital transformation and innovation in healthcare, and with Vertichelling held various other tech-oriented and leadership positions. Bartle has worked with many reputed organizations like Consulting, Wipro and Barclays, where he has led transformation initiatives focused on operational efficiencies, automation, and enhancing the customer experience. His experiences reinforce Vartal's belief in the importance of robust automation tools platforms in the infrastructure managed services that are consumer-centric for organizations. He is a strong believer of the fact that digital transformation is not just about technology, but also importantly about people and culture. Next in news, in December last year, Google rolled out a feature to search results on desktop called Topic Filters. It works by suggesting topics based on your search term. If you search on Google for Pixel 7, the results will be categorized into topics like details and reviews on the right side of normal search types like shopping, images, and news.